Hey fellow comrades, welcome back. Today I just realized this is gonna be my 500th video, so I decided this match right here, this particular match, it's an amazing close match I had not too long ago against S4J, and I just believe that the title of 500 video goes to this match right here. So without further ado, without any spoilers involved, let's jump right into it. Gonna lead off with my Electrobus. He's gonna lead off with his Rotom. Big factor, I'm gonna need to think about it carefully in order to deal with one. For one, I'm gonna paralyze it to have easier time later on. Then I'm gonna switch out to Muck. Maybe he's gonna stay in, maybe he's gonna Volt Switch, who knows, but he's gonna switch out to Camera Up. I guess he's gonna predict me to Volt Switch. Not too sure, maybe he was predicting, me switching out to Muck because Camera Up can definitely deal with me. And Muck tends to be especially defensive, and he already knows those stuff. So I'm gonna switch out to my Behem, hoping he's gonna put up the rocks. Getting no damage on the switch can definitely be beneficial, but at the same time I was hoping his physical. Now I know majority of camera ups tend to be special, but S4J tends to play gimmicky at times when it comes down to EV spreads and move sets. He's a great player and everything he does tends to work, but he is a Life Orb, modest nature I'm guessing, because that Fire Blast did way too much. Unfortunately, my Behem is gonna need to be a Death Fire at this point. A possible prediction would have been way too risky. And not to mention, I don't have much to really take a Fire Blast from that guy on the switch. So I had to sacrifice my Behem for the greater good. Switching out to my Dragon, going for a sub. Maybe that Life Orb damage was a bit needed because I know Camera Up does have that decent bulk. But then again, who knows. I'm just gonna go for Outrage and take him out, so that was kinda good. Gonna get that Outrage on his Parasect as well, so I guess this Dragon, even after being locked into Outrage early on, him lacking a Steel type, it actually got some decent damage in there, but he's gonna be free to put me to sleep, being that I was locked into Outrage to begin with. I'm gonna switch out to my Piloswine. He's actually gonna go for that double spore and go for the stun spore on the switch. That was an excellent move on his part, pretty predictable but excellent move nevertheless. Gonna go for the Stealth Rocks, but he's gonna go for that Swagger. He's gonna hit me, boost up my attack. Piloswine is actually a big threat against his team, but the thing that really stops me is his Rotom. So him really risking with this Swagger right here and me staying in, maybe not hitting myself and not getting the paralyzation. As long as he's got this Rotom, he can definitely shut me down. This is one of the rare Pokemon in Peon that can actually take ground and ice and resist both of those. Ground he actually is immune to because of his ability. But I'm gonna switch out to my Dragon just to see what he's gonna do. He's gonna reveal the Volt Switch. I'm gonna be forced to quickly switch in something that can deal with it, as well as take one of his moves to have easier time to deal some more damage or force him to switch out. In this case being Electrobus that can normally outspeed him, and he did make a sub that was a pretty predictable one. Now for now, I'm still asking myself what his last move is. It can be Grass Knot, it can be lots of things. Still not too sure if he's running Dream Road right now, so I'm still kinda limited on the whole T-Bolt. But for now I'm just gonna proceed to go for some damage on the Rotom because I want to get at least a little bit of damage, but he actually gone for the trick. So I'm kind of asking myself, maybe he just wants to somehow free himself, knowing that my team is kind of weak to his Rotom. He wants his moveset to be as free as possible at the moment, but he is already paralyzed. Still, it can kind of work. So I'm gonna decide to go back to my Electrobus. He did get the paralyzation on the turn. I did put up the rock, so that was mighty unfortunate. But it's still a question if his Blizzard would have actually hit. For now I'm gonna sack my Electrobus for the greater good. I'm gonna go to my Maiyana, go for the sub, and he luckily did switch out to his Tentacool. He could have Rapid Spin, but unfortunately that will not be the case because I am under a sub. A Dark Gem boosted Crunch is gonna be doing a lot, but not enough. I was kinda expecting to do a little bit more, knowing that Tentacool's defense is not existing even with Eviolite. So I'm kinda guessing it's running max defense, I'm not sure, maybe I'm underestimating. Still, I'm gonna go for the Crunch, giving him thinking for a second that my Crunch is my only move I have. But me staying in would have kinda gave him knowing that I must be running Sucker Punch. So at this point, he does go for the Inkor, kinda gives me realizing what his last move is. So this is pretty bad because I was kinda hoping it's something else. And I did go for the Sucker Punch there, so unfortunately it didn't work out. Me trying to, hide the whole Sucker Punch, unfortunately didn't work out. In the end, it kind of makes sense. Why wouldn't I really run Sucker Punch? My Diana's move pool is already lackable. He did get that sub up again. I'm gonna go for Ice Shard, break his sub, and he did retaliate with the hidden power. Now I do get the paralyzation on his switch to Parasect, but the next Ice Shard is actually gonna get crit, so I guess that kind of makes up for it in a way. I mean, I'm pretty sure he should have taken one Ice Shard even after me being Animate Nature max attack. His Parasect must be a defensive one, so he's gonna switch out his Pidgeot, you know, just retaliating with a quick attack, taking me out. I'm guessing it's a bandit one just by how his team is made. You know, his Rotom is already Scarf, not to mention Pidgeot kinda needs that raw power to begin with. But for now I'm gonna go for the Bird Break. I guess I should have Cursed knowing that this Rotom is coming in. But there is a question, even after him being paralyzed, Curse, you know, slowing down the whole -1 speed on me, I'm not sure if he would have actually outspeed me. If he would have outspeed me, then this Curse whole strategy would have really not worked because T-Bolt or Blizzard, you know, not sure. But I'm pretty sure Brave Bird on the next turn would have taken me down either way, so not sure about that one after Curse if I would have actually outspeed him. Pretty sure he's heavily invested in speed, so I'm kinda guessing I would have not. But that's a story for another time. For now I'm gonna sack my dragon, go back to Mach, hoping he's not banded, but he sure is. And he's gonna take me out in one shot. He's gonna get some recall in there, and it comes down to one last remaining Pokemon on my side. Gonna be forced to go for the Sucker Punch because he can easily outspeed me, otherwise he's gonna come down to his last remaining Pokemon as well. But unfortunately Pikachu is gonna survive the Stealth Rocks, and he's gonna Encore me into Sucker Punch. At this point he can easily start counting the Sucker Punches to a point where he can PP stall me out. I was pretty much forced because Pikachu can normally outspeed me and he can easily retaliate with the T-Bolt and easily take me out, so he's gonna play it safe. Of course, why wouldn't he? This is the only way he can beat me, so he's gonna go for the Encore again, and now he knows that I don't have any more Sucker Punches up my sleeve, so he can easily go for that T-Bolt and take me out. So that was an amazing match that ended with an 1 HP survival. A great game, Kashiv. I definitely learned a thing or two in this match right here. Guys, I hope you enjoyed as well as I've enjoyed, and this is gonna be all for today. Until next time, take care, peace.